This is my favorite time of the year because this is when people have paid attention to the Reciprocity Project and they put in the work. They kept going every day and they kept taking steps forward. And I get little notes from people that they've gotten into this program or they've gotten into that program or they're going and graduating or they have this wonderful job that's lined up. All these little kind of things. It is a really fun experience. And here's the thing, for all of those people that are not there yet and that has not happened to you just yet, or you've gotten rejections, just keep putting in the work every single day. One more day, one more try, and it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years, it might take you 5 years before something actually happens. But I strongly believe in the power of persistence. You imagine yourself, there's a picture that is vivid in my mind where there's a concrete block, and in this concrete block there's a little tiny tree that's sticking out from that, a little seedling that comes out of that. And eventually that rips the entire rock apart and it turns it into something completely different, a bunch of little pebbles that are sitting there. Or you can imagine this huge, massive lava flow. There's actually one, I don't know where it is, but I've seen pictures of this massive lava flow over years and years and years of frost heaving and cracking and breaking and cracking. It has turned it into a bunch of pebbles and a bunch of little boulders. I want you to think about that. That's really the goal with all of this kind of stuff, is to remove yourself from the sort of financial incentives from the outside world in terms of how they're thinking about you and what you're thinking about the outside world thinking about you. Remove yourself from all of those things and do the impossible. Do the thing that's crazy. Do the thing that everybody is saying, that is impossible. And in your mind, you're thinking, I can't do this. To climb that Mount Everest in your life, whatever that might be, you might not be able to do it, but you could get damn close if you keep trying at it. You can climb K2 and not Mount Everest. You could do a lot of things like that if you just have that mindset where you're thinking about, I'm just going to get up. I'm going to try, and I'm going to just take a little step today. I'm going to look at, maybe it is you want to get into graduate school. Well, you look at those requirements. You have 5 or 6 different requirements to get into graduate school, and you start checking off the boxes what you actually need. You might need a letter of reference, for example. That is really good. Start building a relationship with somebody so that they can recognize you. You might need some test scores that are high. Well, start doing those test prep things and all of that kind of stuff. The courses, by the way, they matter. They make a big difference. Like all of those things, you start checking them off until all of a sudden, after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years, you have something that is remarkable, that anybody would be glad to help you, because look at what you've actually accomplished at that point. That's the name of the game, is that going against the wall and pushing forward. And if you want a certain job or a certain career, then you just gotta pick that thing and then latch on what you actually need to do and keep trying that every single day until it actually happens. And you know what? It likely will not happen on the same trajectory that you thought it would be. It's not going to look like what you thought it was going to be, but you keep trying and getting up and making one more step every single day. And you might be wanting to become a world-class musician, for example. Well, you don't become a world-class musician overnight. You try and you try, and then you get moderately good at that thing. You get moderately good at music, but you get to a point where you can't get any better. Well, then you hire somebody to help you out and you take lessons from them. And then that gets only so good, and then they start telling you maybe you should play in front of a few people. And so you start playing in front of family and friends, and then people start saying, hey, maybe you should play in front of a larger audience, and you keep doing that. And maybe you're not ever going to be a world-class musician. You're not going to be Beyonce. But perhaps maybe what you can be is a moderately good singer songwriter within your small community, your small town. And that's a pretty cool thing, I think. To be honest, to do something that you worked your way up, that you envisioned yourself to do, and you persisted and you tried and you got there, means more to me, and it means more to the outside world than any other of all the accolades that you can actually get. All of that stuff, that's secondary. All of it is stuff that gets given to you after you've done the thing to actually get it. That's the thing that everybody sort of gets all messed up. And in fact, almost all of the field of strategy and economics and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of wonky that way. Strategy is a little better, but we talk about profits and trying to get money. Well, that's not the end goal. That's not what we're trying to do. The end goal is to actually pursue something that has value and is recognized in the marketplace. And then because it's recognized in the marketplace, and because it has value, and because it's difficult to copy by somebody else, and maybe that's not even really true, but because of all these other things that you're trying and persisting at this thing, then people start giving you rewards. And those rewards come in the form of profits or, gifts of some sort, whether it is paying to come see you as that concert, trumpist, all of those kind of things, right? That's where it comes down to, is you just keep putting in the effort, the all of the good stuff, right? To become that trumpetist. I don't even know what that's called. Become that trumpetist. It takes 15 years of working at it, practicing 2 hours, 3 hours a day. If you're world class, it's probably 4 or 5 hours a day, and working with somebody all the time to get a little better, to get a little better, to get a little better every single day. And after that 15 years, you're going to be very good at it. And then you might actually get some rewards from it. Maybe, right? That's the goal, is that you maybe get some rewards from it, but maybe you don't. But at least you actually tried to actually get there, and you persisted with it. And that is the end goal, is to know that you actually tried. Know that you took that one little step. And you do get damn close. You might not become what you thought you would be, but you get damn close every single time. You get better than everybody else. Everybody in the community starts looking at you as the expert in the community or the thing in the community. But what the heck do you know, right? You're a little better than what everybody else is. You put in that effort every day. And that's all that matters. Every single day is that consistent effort of trying and putting one step forward, getting a little braver, trying and trying and trying until it happens. That's it. That's the end goal. All right, take care. And congrats to everybody that is having some miraculous thing that's happening to them this year right now. It's cool to see. It's very, very cool to see. Take care.